Hallå och välkommen tillbaka till If My Heart Had Vingar. Idag så ska vi spela If My Heart Had Vingar. Och ja, vi befinner oss här idag. Mellan det här avsnittet och förra avsnittet så har jag varit och gjort te. Jag har dessutom köpt Flight Diary nu, men det kommer vi inte spela än på ett tag, jag bara köpte. Så nu har vi det köpt i alla fall. Varför är min mikrofonstativ konstigt idag? Okej. Välkommen tillbaka. Jag har fixat lite te här. Och för en gång skulle jag inte tagit mitt vanliga Russian Earl Grey. Utan idag så har jag bara peach and mango. Jag drack så mycket Russian Earl Grey tidigare idag, så nu vill jag dricka peach and mango. Vi ska provsmaka. Te är fan grejer alltså. Te är fan grejer. Jag hoppas jag har någon eukalyptus här också. Vänta. Den var tom. Jag vill ha min eukalyptusluft. Men den ligger borta på sängen. Jag tar den här istället då. Okej, välkommen tillbaka i alla fall. Vi ska fortsätta nu. Förra gången så var vi ute och flög. Vi är fortfarande inte och flyger. Jag lämnar lite på en cliffhanger, så att det är kanske bäst om jag bara kickar igång det här avsnittet så snabbt som möjligt. Så välkommen tillbaka, vi kör. Oh, I'm on a John! It looks like it's going well. It's... yeah, whatever. Yeah, right now we're rising on a thermal. Our altitude is reaching 500 meters. Vänta. Tanken var att jag skulle... Så dåligt minne här. Okej, nej, Okej, never mind. Yeah, right now we're blah blah blah. Okay. All right. It seems like the airflow is getting rough though. How is it up there? It's pretty rough, but it's all right. Oikon is doing his best. It seems like everything is going well. Keep it up. Go above the clouds. We really want to do that, but is something wrong? I would rise a little higher and leave this thermal. Why? Nej, ska vi få mer trivia nu? The lift is weak and our climb rate is slow. At this rate we won't make it in time. We won't be able to rise any higher here. The G-forces that felt so strong at first were gradually getting weaker. Even if we'd risen to a certain extent, now we are only maintaining the current altitude. If we stay here like this, the thermal might grow and we might get a stronger lift. Well, if we consider the time, it's very likely that this will happen. Thermals are created because the sunlight warms up the earth quicker than the air. Next, heat of the ground warms up the air above it, creating the updraft. Since last evening was so cool, when the morning sun hits the earth, stronger and stronger thermals will start rising. But we didn't have time for that. If we wait a little longer, or after the sun comes up, the morning glory will disappear. We're leaving this thermal behind. Understood. As we gazed at the morning glory, still so far away in the sky, we flew out of the thermal. We've traveled pretty far, haven't we? Thermals are often thought to extend up through the air like a vertical pillar, but in reality, they don't stretch straight up. Just like the smoke is blown by the wind, thermals also twist when hit by wind from the side. While we were climbing in the thermal that was blown to the side by the wind, we moved quite far away from the morning glory. The morning glory doesn't just stay in one place either. While the roll shape is rotating, it is moving across the lake. If we get too far, catching up to it with the glider will be difficult, because the glider can only increase its speed by decreasing altitude. Increasing speed. Alltså jag bryr mig inte riktigt om alla de här flygscenario-sakerna. Det är lite jobbigt också. Jag är lite så här halvt täppt. Det är jobbigt att hålla på och säga en massa komplicerade ord. Det är därför jag dricker te. I pushed the control stick forward, pointing the nose downwards. While sliding down on the air, the glider was accelerating. Kufu, ooh! When the nose is pointed downwards, the ground always comes into view. Amane-senpai, who was scared of heights, stifled her screams. Senpai will be fine. This glider will not fall. I'll make sure of that. 10 sekunder senare. Oh no. Yeah. It's falling. And no way, that's not true. It's flying normally. But the altitude is decreasing again. They have left the thermal. In this situation, that might have been a wise decision. Thermal? Hey, what's a thermal? It's nothing. But like that, they will keep descending. They have to find the next thermal quickly. Alltså det här var det jävla nerv. Det här är liksom bara så här våran berättare som bara står där på sidan av och bara kommer våra hjältar och hittar nästa termit? Eller kommer de att dö? Det är verkligen så här, okej. We'll cut up with it. But we lost a lot of altitude. To regain the lost altitude, we searched for the next thermal. In theory, they occur more easily above areas where you can see a lot of soil or wide areas covered in asphalt, such as like parking lot. Du har redan sagt det, men okej. Such as like parking lots. How about over there? Senpai pointed towards the runway from which we had taken off. It was a wide area of soil lit by the sunlight. It certainly met the conditions that made thermals likely to occur. Alright. Huh? They're coming back. Are they planning to land? Oh no, are they in trouble? Oikun, what's wrong? Did something happen? Don't panic, we're just searching for thermals. So you aren't in trouble? No. Phew. But at this time, it must be hard to find thermals. It would have been great if the clouds appeared above all the right spots. Are there any other signs? The only one thing is to actually try flying into them. Oh, but they're so close. Pass me the binoculars. I'll try looking for something. Okay. We certainly did get some lift above the runway, but it was weak. It wasn't enough to raise the heavy two-seater glider. There's only one option now. Throw Amane, son. Vi får kasta ut henne. Jag menar, enligt spelets logik väger hon säkert jättemycket med tanke på att hon har... She got the biggest boobs of our gang. Spelets logik alltså. It must be because the ground hasn't warmed up enough to create strong thermals. Damn it! Aren't there any other around here? In the meantime, the glider was gradually descending. Whoa, fuck yeah. Then the wind came. Perhaps due to the influence of the morning glory, the airflow was disturbed. The glider shook when it was hit by the strong wind, and the lift was temporarily reduced, causing a further loss of altitude. I started getting impatient. Should we have stayed over there after all? But if we'd done that... The cloud from before was moving even further away from the direction we wanted to head in. Even if we managed to reach the altitude we needed, we would have been too late. How much time had passed since we took off? We hadn't noticed the sky got brighter and changed from sunrise to clear light blue. As I thought, looks like we can't reach it. Amane Senpai mumbled to herself, while gazing at the passage of clouds stretching across the firmament. No, that's not true. It's right in front of us. Yeah. We'll do something about it. Kotori and Himari was also looking for clouds from the ground. Vi vet ni det, we haven't reached the time limit yet. De kanske sa det. Jag vet inte om hon pratade med oss eller om hon pratade med Himari eller... They're losing a lot of... And so our heroes are losing a lot of altitude. They can't find any thermals. Oh, what will they do? At this rate they won't reach those pretty clouds. Do your best. Find out in the next episode of Wave My Heart Had Wings. Will our heroes return? Even if they do their best, if no updrafts are blowing, it can't be helped. On a blackbird. Oh, a blackbird is flying over there. Oh, it would be good if the glider could also flap its wings like a bird. That's why I said they should have an engine. Huh? What is it, Yoru-chan? Looks like it's coming this way. Are you right? It's coming towards us. Do your best. Strange, there are no clouds that could indicate thermals over here either. Do your very best. You were right, Kotori. Yeah, no doubt about it. Even with the binoculars, it still looks tiny though. In response to Kotori's transmission, we headed across the lake toward the Windmill Hill. There should be some thermals over there. But there aren't any clouds that could indicate thermals. Oh, det här är en ny CG. Even if there are thermals somewhere, it doesn't mean that clouds will always be formed. Besides, I think it could occur because the hill is a slope. Kan det inte hända för att det är massa solpaneler där? Alltså jag bara tänker nu. Jag vet inte. So thermals are more likely to occur above slopes. Yeah. The sunlight hits the Earth's surface diagonally, right? But if it's a slope, the light will hit it perpendicularly. This concentrates the energy, warming it more easily. The slope of the hill that we're heading towards was shining the light of the morning sun. How is it, Kotori? It's there. I found it. It's a lot higher than it was a moment ago. There's no mistaking it. It's a blackbird. I couldn't confirm that from where we were right now, but it seems that a blackbird was flying above the hill. Blackbirds are birds that glide too high. They glide to... Just svarta fåglar också, eller va? Jag är verkligen förvirrad. In other words, there was a thermal over there. However, that doesn't necessarily mean there would be enough lift to raise a heavy two-seater glider. But there was nothing else left for us to try. I couldn't think of anything other than aiming for that point. Eventually, the glider crossed the lake and approached the sky above the windmill hill. Thud. Whoa! Suddenly we were shaken sideways. The variometer told us that the glider had dropped sharply. We've been caught in a downdraft? I panicked, but the next moment, boom! We felt an impact. Nu de kommer till the afterlife. If my heart had wings, afterlife. Hade varit en bra sequel alltså. But who knows? Oh yeah! We're rising! Suddenly, I felt like we were being pushed from below. The glider started steadily rising. With a small delay, the variometer informed us that we were climbing. Nej, vänta, okej. Crisis averted. Det här är den här jävla låten där de håller på och sjunger saker. Jag kan inte spela den för er, jag är ledsen alltså. Jag vågar inte spela den. We got on a thermal. It's pretty strong. We can do this, senpai. Yeah! Yahoo! Oh, they're climbing! Hey, look, Himari! Oh, you're right. Amazing, they gotten so high already. See, there was one. Yeah, fine play, Kotori. Hehe, I was praised. Does it look like they can climb all the way up? Oh, we got pretty strong lift. I think we can make it. Va? Okay, Oi. Take care of Amane-senpai. Leave it to me. All right, go! Beyond those clouds. Yeah, on the wings that you guys have made. Wow. This is kinda... amazing! Oh, amazing. Our heroes have gone up so high. How can they fly so high just by using the wind? I can explain the theory. Do you want to hear it? No thanks. Even if you told me, I wouldn't understand it. Besides, I don't think that something like that can be explained with some theory. Without theory, something that big would never be able to fly. Amazing. Yoo-hoo! It's amazing. Yeah, whatever you say, little girls. Before we know it, powerful thermals above the windmill carried us high up into the sky. Okay. Jag älskar bara idén av att de är så här berättarröster som bara står där på sidan. But we're gradually approaching the morning glory. We're getting closer, senpai. Yeah. The clouds that from below looked thin and scattered turned out to be actually pretty big when we got closer to them. I wonder how wide they are. They're big enough to completely cover the glider at least. They stretched far enough to cross the lake diagonally. It's a little afar. Don't worry, if we can climb above the clouds like that, it should be easy to reach. The thermal that we got on now was pretty powerful. Damn, that's a pretty powerful machine you got there. Mind if I borrow it? As Amane-senpai had just explained, the slope of the hill is struck by direct sunlight, so it heats up faster than other areas. In other words, that means that the difference in temperature between it and its surrounding gets bigger. Vänta. Without the difference in temperatures, thermals won't occur. If said difference is big, thermals will be strong. The updraft that Kotor had found for us seemed strong enough to carry us far up into the sky. While this was happening, the sun was rising and the air temperature was increasing. Morning glory lasts for about 2 hours from dawn at best. Come on. I was impatient. However, if we overdo it and lose balance, we might lose altitude. While checking the rate of climb on the vertical speed indicator, I turned the glider, aiming for the most effective place, the core of the thermal. Eventually, the glider that Amane-senpai and I were flying reached the altitude of our target, the morning glory. We ascended further and finally reached a position from where we could view it from above. Oh my god! Oh my god! This is it! This is it, guys! We finally did it! Är det där from above? Det ser inte ut som det, men okej. It's beautiful though. Look, senpai! Look, senpai! Yeah, I can see it! I knew she would be looking, of course. I just said it unconsciously. It's because I was so moved. Is there anyone who wouldn't have been moved after seeing such a spectacle? With the bluish purple sky in the background, the passage of clouds shone, bathed in the pale pink sunlight. Jag ska bara snyta mig, vänta. Okay. You can't express it with words like beautiful at all. Divine, that's the word that came to my mind. Divine. I like that word. Gripping the control stick with my trembling hands, I steered the glider into the center of the thermal to gain enough altitude to fly above those clouds. I glanced at the front seat and looked at Senpai's face. Her clear, childlike eyes were opened wide as she gazed at the passage of clouds stretching across the firmament. Jag är glad att du får en till CG i alla fall. This is the view that Isaka wanted to show me. To bring me to this place. Senpai, can you get the camera? Oh, that's right, I forgot it. Before we took off, Himmer had given her a digital camera. She asked us to take a picture if we managed to fly above the morning glory. We could see those clouds very well from here, so this was the perfect viewpoint. I've taken it. Fint. Well then, let's go. To that place. Yeah. Senpai nodded as if preparing herself. We didn't come here just to look at those clouds. We came to cross them over. Once we had gained enough altitude, I tilted the control stick and turned the glider. Finally, we were going there. The airflow here was calm, and we could fly without being shaken by the crosswinds. It's this high in the sky, there were hardly any clouds. The clear, light blue hue spread out in all directions. While paying attention to our rate of descent, we advanced through the transparent, bright space. We were approaching the passage of clouds. A rolling airflow surrounds those clouds. If we could get on it, we could fly along the passage of clouds as far as we wanted. We finally arrived. At last, the morning glory was almost within our grasp. The moment I thought that... Oh shit. Oh shit. This is your God speaking. Vad fan är det för musik? Det är en ny låt också. Nu försvann den andra låten så nu kan jag faktiskt spela upp för er. Det här är väldigt dramatisk musik. Det låter som att vi är på väg att gå till en boss nu så. Jag tror att vi börjar närma oss the last boss. Jag är faktiskt lite nyfiken på vad som kommer hända i spelet efter det här. För att det känns typ som att vi är i slutet av spelet. Men vi har inte börjat med någons routen. Och vi har fortfarande inte fått träffa de där två jävla personerna. Så Jag är faktiskt ganska nyfiken på vart vi hamnar, vart vi är på väg och så vidare. Men det får vi väl se förr eller senare. All of a sudden, it happened. Our viewing swung around, and the divine path of clouds that should have been right in front of us went far off in an instant. Suddenly, we had lost lift. In the blink of an eye, we realized that the glider was nose diving. The fuck? I quickly pulled at the control stick, but there was no response. The field of view span around, and we couldn't even tell if we were facing up or down. What is this? What's going on? A stall? However, there were no signs of it. It was just like the air disappeared and we suddenly lost all lift. We were falling. Nanny? What is it? Did something happen? They're falling. No way, give me the binoculars. This is bad. What happened? I can respond. I'm busy right now. Beyond the canopy, the surface of the lake was rapidly approaching. We were falling with the nose pointing straight down. I'll level it out. In the heat of the moment, I didn't know which controls should I use. Anyway, I tried to lift the nose up and stabilize the wings. Okay. Clang. A shock ran through the fuselage. It felt like it might get crushed. We, the pilots, also felt the vibrations passing through our whole bodies. For a moment, I thought that we had crashed. Are we alright? Looks like it. The nose and the wings leveled out. The glider had regained lift and was flying. We were 200 meters from the surface of the lake. In a moment, we had fallen almost 800 meters. If the recovery took just a few more seconds, my whole body trembled with fear and relief. Are you alright, senpai? Yeah, somehow... Her shoulders were trembling, but she managed to reply. Alltså jag fattar inte hur de kan våga flyga om igen när sådana här saker händer. What the hell just happened? There were no signs of a stall that would occur when the airflow gets separated from the main wings. It is said that it often happens without warning, but for it to occur in a place with such stable airflow... We might have been caught in a strong downward draft. You mean just now? If that was the case, it was pretty strong. Do things like this really happen? It seems that in the summer, near the centers of lakes or big rivers, downbursts can occur sometimes. Downbursts are powerful downdrafts. Okay, tack för att du sa det. If a huge mass of air falls to earth in a downburst, it can have enough force to cause severe damage. Getting swallowed by something like that is pretty hopeless. We were in the vicinity of the center of a lake, just like Senpai said. We were so preoccupied with the morning glory that we had lost sight of our own position. Because of the lake, the air cools down, so it's possible that a strong downward draft would appear. The glider is flying using the force of the air. If the air itself falls down, it can do nothing but drop along with it. That might be the reason why we had lost the lift and fell so suddenly, without warning. Oikun, I'm gonna jump, please respond! We heard Kotor's tearful voice over the radio. We're alright, we managed to level it out somehow. What a relief. What on earth happened? I don't know, Senpai said that we might have gotten caught in a strong downdraft. We almost fell into the lake head first. Nani? Hey, Kotor's heart's gonna stop. Sorry, but we're alright now. Phew. And then the impossible happened. Oh nej, inte vår narrator sen. Oh, what was that? What happened? I don't know, malfunction? Or maybe they were caught in a strong downdraft. But, yeah, it seems like someone managed to level it out before they would crash. Phew, that was dangerous. If they were a little late, they could have died. I guess it's dangerous for people to fly through the air then. It is. For humans who don't have wings, yearning for the sky is a dangerous thing that requires a lot of courage. But that's why humans who can't fly are... Nesan? Okej. Vad är det där för någonting? Den där röda tråden där. The morning glory. I quickly looked above. The place we were at a moment ago was already quite far away. Thinking that we were in such a high place makes me dizzy. Let's climb one more time. It's impossible, Icon. We won't make it in time. We won't know this unless we try. As I shouted, I looked up at the sky. Before I noticed, the sunrise colors had disappeared, and the whole sky was now dyed clear blue. The passage of clouds was nothing like it was at the beginning. Now that it was exposed to the sunlight, it was becoming weaker and gradually disappearing. I turned the glider toward the windmill hill. If we cut that powerful thermal from before, we still might be able to make it. I will take Senpai to that place. That's enough already. But we weren't able to get to that place, but I was able to see, even if just for a short time, the sight that Isika wanted to show me. That is enough. Senpai. Hamane Senpai looked through the canopy at the clouds above. This is goodbye. Uh-oh. Goodbye. Låt mig bara göra så här och så och så och så. Senpai's whisper, along with the passage of clouds, faded away into the sky. Okay. The last day of the summer holiday. Vi ska nog ta och avsluta här. Så jag vill tacka så mycket för att ni har tittat. Spännande avsnitt kanske. Tack för att ni har tittat i alla fall. Vi hörs i nästa avsnitt och då ska vi göra jättecoola grejer. Så ni får se fram emot det, så syns vi då. Hej då!